pieces because they're
Yeah, then go straight. Straight face.
it's called roasted pig. Yeah. They there's something inside the stomach, the ingredients to have it more tasty. Taste, then they grill it for about how many hours?
In holiday season is one of the things that every migrant look forwards to, especially Filipinos. The Christmas season, it's a celebration of family, celebration of stories of success of holidays, and especially in the UK where a lot of us migrants, a lot of us migrated without our families. So what we're trying to create here is to become a family for every migrant. So as we encounter the Christmas season, the holiday season, we could have a way of becoming, make it easier for everyone to cure homesickness by becoming a community, by letting them know that we're here, we're a community in some sort of a family.
Our members, almost all the money that they earn, they send back to the Philippines so that they could celebrate Christmas. Everybody could buy gift. And while we find time, we organize a party, Christmas program as well, so that all of us here who are far from the family, we have a big family here, like the membership, also Kanlungan being like our mother. We will also be celebrating Christmas in our, like me, I invited 10 of them to celebrate Christmas with me on Christmas Day.
It's once a year, and it's every, there's a lot of work from the start of the year up until the end of campaigning, doing migrants work, forming campaigns, forming services, and it's a lot of stressing events happening along the way. So Christmas is something that we all look forward. So we could all come together and celebrate. I think absorbing a lot of experiences from the community. Of course, it's important that we take rest and we take care of ourselves first before taking care of others. Whenever we see changes, changes with like individual community members in their lives, from becoming victims of domestic violence, of racism, and then getting their life back, becoming human again, those stories really fuels us up to do more work, making that stories heard and making that stories change is really something that helps us get energy along the way.
And for today, what are you most looking forward to? The food, the singing, the dancing?
Of course, first the food, like hello, like it's one of the things that we all Filipinos and East and Southeast Asian look forward into a party. It's the food. We prepared some special lechon. It's a
Tell
whole.
us what it is.
Lechon is a special delicacy from the Philippines. It's a whole roast pork, and there's like crispy skin, juicy meat, and it's like heaven. And then and then of course the games, the laughters, and just pouring out the stress out.
You can feel the spirit if you are with only a few people. Yeah, it's not that. It is more felt if you are with a big community.
There's a lot of also community members who've stepped in, donated raffle prizes. I think now we have a raffle prizes of a TV. So it's something I look forward I need to buy that raffle tickets.
Bahagari UK is a progressive Filipino LGBTQ plus organization. Some of the people that also part of our network, they're still understanding their sexuality, their gender. So sometimes you need to be protective with that as well. So sometimes we are also joining Kanlungan in terms of some of their events, and from that is understanding like them, and then they're gonna like talk to us like in privately that I'm part of the community, maybe you could help me with this, you know, kind of like support. And from that we help them in terms of like understanding like what is the reason why are you here, and what are the things that make your life like difficult here, and what are the things that we could help like, you know, moving forward.
And are a lot of people from Baja Cali going to be here tonight?
Oh yeah. So some of like our members are here. The current theme is like what do you call that? Glamorous. So one of like our members just like did like full drag, so you could see her there, and it's really nice. Like because those people are like, you know, like in the LGBT community. Some are like in person or like in a typical like daily life. Some of them are like domestic worker, but this is the only time they could like really show up, dress something like glamorous, and like really enjoy, like, you know, after working like endless hours, and to provide like support their life here and support their family back home.
Could you speak more to the campaigning you're trying to do with MPs to support the rights of like the LGBTQ plus community in the Philippines?
Yeah, so in Bahagari, UK, we're trying to lobby in some of like the important campaigns of that is like leaning towards the rights and protection of the Filipino LGBTQ plus in the Philippines. So in terms of like lobbying and trying to push those kind of like bills and rights in the Philippines, so they first is like to understand what are the, you know, the important bill or like rights that we really need to push. So for example, in Bahagari, we're pushing for the passing of the SOGI Equality Bill. So the SOGI Equality Bill provide support and help like member of the community that are victim of like discrimination back home, because there's no bill that supports them. So that in that case, what we do is we work with different MP here in the UK. We're trying to like petition, wrote letter with them in terms of like in the future negotiating, for example, for human rights. Here in the UK, we understand that we have a hostile environment policy here that makes migrants find difficult to access those information services and those kind of things.
At the moment, we have 4 programmatic area. First and foremost, of course, is the immigration support for our community, for our migrant communities. Second is the violence against women and the LGBTQ community. Third is the welfare support for the Filipino communities and East and Southeast Asian communities who would sometimes be needing welfare advice and financial support services. There is also the mental health and well-being support that we are giving to our service users. So for 2023, hopefully we expand to more member communities for our East and Southeast Asian groups, and of course the Filipino communities here in the UK.
The system that advocates for corruption. That's why they're poor. That's why they kill the indigenous people. To mine their land, grab their land, mine it, develop for